Okay, so the story of the case that got me landed up in prison. It's gonna take course over a couple of days of me telling the story, and then I'll wrap up and then tell you everything again. So, on Wednesday, I used to work at a high school. I was the maintenance guy for a high school, and I used to work at there. This was a Wednesday afternoon. I get a request from the JRTC department. The first sergeant says that they have a bee situation up in their obstacle course that's out back of the high school, out in the woods. And he asks if I can do anything about it. So I get with him. We go take a look at it. We take I've got some bee killer or some hornet and wasp spray, and we go back there. We start looking around where he said that the kids said that they were getting stung at. So we're looking to see if we can find this bee's nest, and eventually we find it, and it wasn't bees, it was yellow jackets. Yellow jackets and bees are two completely different things, and this first sergeant, he didn't really care to know the difference and didn't care to differentiate. He always called them bees. But there were yellow jackets. The difference is that bees lose their stinger once they stab you, or once they sting you. It's not the only difference, so internet people, fuck off. But bees lose their stinger once they sting you once. Yellow jackets can sting you repeatedly, and it hurts. So I get swarmed. They're attacking the eyes, the ears. They're getting everywhere. Me and First Sergeant run back to our trucks. I've got them inside my truck with me. Some of them are still in my clothes. All in all, after I get everything done, I get home. I'm not allergic to them, thank goodness. So that doesn't cause any issues. But still, it still hurts like a motherfucker. And it gives you an adrenaline rush. And that venom, it starts, it has an effect on you. At least I felt one. So, after that whole totals up, I get done and count about, I think it was about 15 stings that I actually counted on my body that I was able to find. So progressing to the next day, Thursday. So I report it because it was during work hours and it was a school incident, so it's reported. Going through on this Thursday, this is the day that the incident occurs of me causing or committing the crime that I was convicted of. I'm at school, I'm at work. We're having issues with our they're called game clocks, they're the scoreboards up on the sides of a basketball gym, and they were having issues with them all day. So we've been working on those all day. And we just couldn't get anything done with them. And if it was worst comes to worst, they were just going to have to go to manual scoring. And I think it was for volleyball during the time frame. Yeah, it was volleyball. So they were just going to have to go to manual scoring or analog scoring instead of having the digital game clocks to do it. It's not a big deal, but it makes your school look kind of ghetto and crappy when you can't get your electronics to work. So we were trying to get those to work. So shift's over, I go home. I'm at home, and then since my job is head of maintenance for this high school, I'm on call. So if there's ever any issue, I have to go call. I have to go in. So they call me in and say they're still having issues with these game clocks. Can you come in, try and reset it and see if we can get this to work? I go in. Anytime that I have to go in, I'm there. I get paid for 2 hours. Regardless if the job takes 10 minutes and I'm done, or if it takes, I'm there. I'm paid a minimum of 2 hours if I have to be called in outside of normal shift hours. So I go in, we get the whole situation taken care of and settled. Now, I'm sitting up there and I'm watching these games go on. I'm feeling kind of woozy, not really feeling good, still dealing with the after effects of getting swarmed the other day. So I decide, well, I got 2 hours to kill. I'm just going to drive around. Now, mind you, it's not the best idea while I'm on the clock. Well, I'm going to be milking it. But at the same time, this is after normal school hours. So I'm not cheating the job. Also, the school district that I worked for, they were not keen on paying you your overtime. So I made sure that on the clock it showed that I was there for 2 hours. I was guaranteed, it was stated that I would be guaranteed to pay. But I like to dot my I's and cross my T's. So I was going to clock in and then clock out, and it registered a solid 2 hours of me being clocked in and clocked out. We had a badge system where you would clock in. So I go out for a drive. Now, I gotta waste some time. I'm just killing time at this point. Okay. While I'm driving, I remember I enjoy conspiracy theories. They're a fun thing to look into when you're laid up at night, and you're going down rabbit holes and looking into things. Well, one of the theories is that 5G is detrimental or harmful to health, to human health. I've done some research into it. The reason being is because 5G is the same wavelength as the microwaves. The radio waves for 5G is the same wavelength as that of what microwaves use in cooking food. The difference is that your cell phone only gives out about 1 to 2 watts of power versus a microwave giving out 1,500 or 2,000 watts of power. So, okay, understandable. From your cell phone and 5G, that might not be detrimental. But what about a cell phone tower that is putting out 500, 600, a couple thousand? I don't even know how much a cell phone tower actually puts out of wattage of power. So I didn't research that part. But I thought, I know there's a 5G tower in town. I know the location of it. One thing I could do, instead of just believing always just randomly believing internet bullshit, go and look for myself. Because if it was true that these microwaves were destroying or had actual detrimental damage, then there would be destruction to the wildlife, there would be destruction to the plant life, and it would be a visible destruction that I could see. So I'm like, all right, let's fuck it, kill a couple hours, go see this shit. So I'm driving. While I'm driving, there's a car in front of me. I'm driving, and then I get kind of behind them, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm just minding my own business. And I know where this tower is, so I'm headed up that way. I make one left turn. We go up this big ass hill onto this gravel road, and then it curves around, and it's just a 1-lane road. And this car pulls over to the side of the road. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's a truck hauling ass towards me. I can see the dust from behind it way back where. It has been moving. It comes and pulls right in between me and the car in front of me. Dude jumps out of it and goes, "Who the fuck are you? Why are you following my girlfriend?" What in the absolute living fuck is going on? Who the fuck are you? Why are you following my girlfriend? I'm gonna pull you out of this truck and beat your ass. Who the fuck are you? Dude, I'm coming up here to look at this fucking cell phone tower. I have no idea what's going on. Dude, who the fuck are you? I am so in shock at this moment because what the fuck has just happened? And then a couple minutes later, another truck comes up. This is that guy's dad. He comes up, same fucking shit, only just he's a bigger dude, older dude. Who the fuck are you? I'm gonna drag you out of your truck and beat your ass. What the fuck are you doing up here? You have no who the fuck are you? Show me some ID. And at this point, I'm like, dude, these are fucking, they're on something. These are fucking nuts. Okay, like I gotta show you shit. I gotta show you. We need to see some ID. I said, I'm up here to look at this cell phone tower. Who the fuck are you? You don't work for no cell phone company. I said, I don't have to show you shit. I don't have to tell you. Show me some ID. Who the fuck are you? I don't have to show you a goddamn thing. Back the fuck off. And it kind of came at an impasse. They didn't touch my truck. I didn't leave my truck. I had my window down to communicate. Now, I carry, or I used to anyways. I used to carry, and I carried a 9mm as an EZ. Now, I had this at my ready the entire time this situation is going on. I know it. I'm well aware of what I am capable of doing. They hadn't made any threatening gestures other than the verbal threat. So I was just like, all right, they're bolstering, whatever. Something is going on. Something's fucking up. This is weird. I'm like, dude, all right, fine, fuck it. Hey, I'm leaving. Let me leave. I'm going to leave. Like, you need to get the fuck out of here. I'm going. Okay, so I'm backing out. Now mind you, if you know anything about country roads, gravel roads, they're one lane. A lot of times you got ditches on the other side of it, and so you got to back up carefully because you don't want to get stuck going too far over into a ditch or something. So I back up, and I'm turning around. And as I'm turning around, the son is at the back of his truck bed, or not the back, on the side where the doors are, and he's at the truck bed, and he reaches over and he pulls a shovel out and pulls a shovel over his head, and he said, and he yells, looking towards me, and I got the fucking shovel right here. Oh, this motherfucker's gonna try and bury me. Oh, no. All right, we're playing country shit. All right, so I drive up a little ways. I pull out my gun. Pow, pow, pow. 3 rounds into the dirt, into the ditch, right out my window. Now, I didn't shoot through my window. I'm not a fucking idiot. I am an idiot for warning shots. Warning shots are illegal in Kansas. So, that happened. And I took off. I gave them those shots to let them know, if y'all are going to bury me, you're going to fucking earn it. So, I haul ass home. I get home, I'm just, what in the fuck just happened? I do not believe this. I take my gun, I stash it away. I've gotten rid of my gun. I don't have my gun anymore, it's gone. Okay? Go to work the next day. What the fuck, man? This was right at peak COVID, mind you. This was 2020, September 18th, 2020. This was peak COVID. All right. Schools had been shut down. We were coming back into school. People didn't know what the fuck was going on. Everybody was on edge. It was not fucking cool at that time. And I go to work. I leave about 30 minutes early, go home, because it's a Friday now at this point. And I'm thinking, all right, the SRO hasn't come up and said anything to me. Because it's not a huge town that I live in, but it's big enough to where you can fade away. But he didn't come up and say anything, so I'm thinking, all right, nothing transpired of this. Everything's cool, some country shit, move on. All right. So I go home, and I'm putting some stuff up before I go clock back out, and then finish the week off. And as I'm coming out of my driveway, I pass the intersection, and I see the dude, the boyfriend's dad, from the day before. He's in his truck with somebody, and they're waiting at an intersection, and they come in behind me. I see them, and I don't let on that I've ID'd them and seen them. We're driving, and there's a neighborhood coming up, so I think maybe I can drive into there and quickly enough, skate through there and get through there. All right. I try. I don't lose them. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. They're going to do something. Let's do it. I'm going to take them to the school and get it on camera, and we can do it there. Now, mind you, I don't have my gun on me. So they might have brought a gun, so I'm thinking, all right, this is getting dicey real fucking quick. Fucking shit. So I go to the school, clock out, get back in my car, leave. They're still behind me. I'm about probably 3 or 4 miles from my home. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, woo, lit up. Fucking Christmas, fucking red and blues. Son of a bitch. Cops pull me over. Alright, cool. I already know what this is about. But today, because they have been told a story. Now, this is not my first run-in with the police, so I understand there's 3 sides to every story. My side, their side, and the truth. So, what have they heard? Because I know they didn't get told the truth, and they sure as shit haven't been told my side. So, I'm pretty much fucked at this point. I roll down my window, and I'm waiting for the cop to come out, come up to my window and pull me over. No. I get out, they are blasting me from the bullhorn, yelling, "Mr. Knoll, please exit your vehicle. Walk backwards." And so I walk backwards. "Place your hands on your head. Get down on your knees. We're coming up to handcuff you. Do not make any sudden move." I did everything just as they ordered. No issue, no muss, no fuss. When I got out and looked back, there was about 4 or 5 squad cars with about 7 or 8 dudes, all had ARs and pistols pulled on me. I looked back, I was just kind of like, all right, it's about right. And that happened. So I get taken in. Now, while I'm being put in handcuffs, like, "Now, you know what this is for?" I'm like, "I have no idea." I'm playing the dumb role. Because anything you fucking say, any fucking thing you say, they will use it against you. There is no part of anything that you're going to say that is going to help you out. Nothing of what you say will help you out. You can be the slick talkingest motherfucker in the world. When you are read your Miranda rights, it does not say anything you say can and might be used for your benefit or against you. It is anything you say can and will be used against you. That is what this system does. Shut the fuck up. Well, I thought I might have been able to have an alibi out of this. I told the cops, "No, I was at work." They said, "This is about a shooting. You match the description. White guy, blue truck. You fit the description." And I was like, "Okay, well, I was at work and I tried pulling up my timestamp. It didn't pull up because where I was at on the road didn't have service, so I couldn't show them my clock in and out. So they arrested me. On the way to the jail, I'm chatting up the sheriff, the one that's going to be processing me and getting credit for the arrest. And I was like, "So where are the actual, jurisdictional lines between our city and the other city?" And they're like, "Well, it's under." I was told, and I've been led to believe, that it's always been right at this particular road in between it. And she agreed. She confirmed it. It was like, "Yes, it's right there." So we're sitting in booking, and I'm just got my picture taken. And then after I had told them my little alibi, and they said, "Well, you're still getting charged." I was like, "Well, all right, whatever." Because my alibi was that I was at work and during the time frame that this happened, because it happened during that 2-hour period. And I thought, all right, maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll skate under, because I didn't do anything wrong in this situation. What I did was confirmed by or was decided on by a jury that was illegal. Okay, I still not believe what I did was wrong, because I'm alive, they're alive, and it could have gone much worse, but they had to have a bad guy in this situation, so they made me the bad guy in this. So that was my alibi. While I'm sitting in booking waiting, the sheriff tries to slyly, nonchalantly hand me a statement, a statement, witness, perpetrator statement form. And fill this out. It says, "Fill out your details of everything that has happened." I was like, no, not doing that. handed it back to her. And I was like, so what happens whenever you guys figure out you got the wrong guy? And she's like, no, I'm charging you. I was like, okay. So from Friday at 5 p.m., I sat in jail Saturday, Sunday, and this is quarantine, mind you, or COVID time, so it's quarantine. So in a cell by myself this whole fucking time. 23 hours a day, 45 minutes, 15 minutes for a shower. That's the only time you get out. Shitty food. And nothing to do. You can barely even see the TV. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In comes Monday. All right. I go before the judge. It's video. It's Zoom court. I go before the judge. Judge says, okay, why are there no charges on this? Judge, we were just given the case over lunch. I got to go to court at 1. They had held my case over until 1. They were trying to find something. Trying as hard as they fucking could. They couldn't find a fucking thing. So the judge then says, you haven't charged him? There are no charges on him. He has been held 66 hours without being charged. All right. Mr. Knoll, I'm letting you go. However, charges can be brought up later on in this case. Fucking cool. All right. Yes, sir, Judge. I'm good. All right, I'm out. I went home, told my parents about the whole thing. I tried to get my truck back. They had kept my truck. They would not give me my truck back. I went back after that evening. I said, I need my truck. I need it to go to work. That is my means of transportation. You guys are deprived. They would not give it to me. They did not provide me with a search warrant or anything saying that they had the right to hold on to it. And since I had been let go without charges, they did not have any right to do it. This is fucking Leavenworth Police Department for you. So they then backdate it and then say that that they had given it to me that evening because I had then went back and said, come up and talk to us. And then they handed me, they served me then saying, you have been served with a protection order, by the way, from this girl. I don't even fucking know who it is that I have a protection order from. I don't even know who these fucking people are. They do forensics on my truck. They find that my tire prints match. They have a fucking file. I get you with my lawyer. They handed my lawyer a file this fucking thick. They charged me in November time frame. November, December time frame. I have court the next year. At this point, I've gotten a new job. I lost my job. The main reason I didn't own up to it straight up or just keep my mouth shut was because I worked at a school, and anything involving a gun, period, regardless of if you're right or wrong, it is bad PR. You're losing your job. I did not want to lose my job. I thought, I didn't shoot anybody. I didn't kill anybody. Nothing had been done wrong. This is fine. No, it was not. It was not. So that was one of the reasons why I didn't just fess up to it. And also I learned from my many years ago, just shut the fuck up and let this process play out before you say anything. And we go to court, and they never offer me a plea deal. And I tell them, we're going to fucking jury trial. And that was the thing I told my lawyer. I was like, if I can tell my side of the story, my rendition of what happened that day, they'll have to see that there was no malicious intent on my part. So come to find out, the girl assumed I was following her, calls her boyfriend. He's working on his truck, hauls ass, and then confronts me, and then is the big savior of the day. And then the dad comes because the boy rip-roars out of the driveway, tears up the man's driveway, and he doesn't know what the whole kerfuffle is. So he comes and sees, and I'm giving him some cockamamie story that I'm some kind of cell phone tower inspector, and I'm lying to him, and I'm really, and no one would outright come and say that, well, we think he was chasing the girl. And she just said, I thought he was following me. The paper reports that I followed her from the college she was at all the way back to this place. They run a news story. When you Google it, it says that I followed her and that I shot at these people, and I'm the scourge of Leavenworth. You fucking motherfuckers. All right, cool. This is how this shit's gonna go. All right. So they say their side of the story. I tell my side. Their side, my lawyer asks, so did you ever see so-and-so, he was questioning the girl, did you ever see so-and-so raise a shovel? I don't remember that happening. She didn't say it didn't happen. She just says she didn't remember it happening. And then the boy flat out fucking lied, and then the dude flat out fucking lied. Those fucking pieces of shit, dude. I hope they see this video, bro. Because one funny thing is, they moved out of town before I got out of prison. Because they know they had done fucked up. They did something wrong. And they didn't even have the fucking balls to say sorry to me. So they hightailed it out of town like some goddamn fucking cowards. Hi, by the way. Fuck you motherfuckers. But the jury came back, decided that I was, the way that the prosecutor wrote it up was that I had committed aggravated assault on the girl with the gun. When she testified, she said that they never saw the gun. They just saw my hand coming back into my truck. So only my testimony, when I told my full story of the recount of what happened, of me telling on myself, is when the gun was introduced. So they made it, Eric told on himself. Excuse me for doing the right fucking thing and telling the right fucking story and telling the truth. Okay? Because there was no malintent. There was no malicious intent. This chick was paranoid. Probably an abusive boyfriend. Because they're not together anymore. Oh, I did my digging. I found some shit out. And they're not together anymore. And both the boyfriend and the boyfriend's dad moved out of city, sold the fucking farm, moved out of the city, or the town that we live in, before I got out of prison, mind you. So they had to have me be the bad guy. I got found guilty for aggravated assault. In Kansas, aggravated assault, level 7 felony, that's a provisionary probation box. No, because I had 2 priors from 2010. They had been expunged. I had 2 priors from 2010 that the prosecutor, that fucking fat motherfucker, he said these 2 separate crimes, it was the same fucking incident, and they had 2 separate felonies. They had 2 felonies on the same fucking occurrence, you fat bastard. So they charged me with now 3-person felonies, which moved me into B-box, which then went to move me out of presumptive probation into prison time, where I got my 29 months. So for everybody that's wondering, my charge was aggravated assault that landed me in prison. I now get to register as a violent offender for 15 fucking years, 4 times a year, in any county that I live in and or work in. You gotta go in. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But that's the story that landed me up in prison. If these people that ever did this, the 3 that were on the other end of this, ever see this, go fuck yourselves, honestly. Oh, that's not being the bigger person. I ain't gonna be the bigger person, man. Y'all did me dirty. All you had to do was. My life's been fucking in shambles because of this shit. I'm rebuilding and coming back strong as fuck. And honestly, fuck you. Hope to God we never cross paths. I don't know what I won't do anything. I just don't ever want to fucking see you again. And it's just, y'all are some goddamn fucking cowards and some shysty motherfuckers. And I wish nothing but the worst karma upon you. Everybody else though, please like, comment, subscribe. And I'll keep telling some wild ass stories from my fucking ridiculously weird but boring life. Love y'all.